What's going on, football fanatics? Just when you thought the Aaron Rodgers free agency story couldn't get any more interesting. A Hall of Fame legend has entered the chat, and he's not holding back. Michael Irvin, the electrifying former receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, has officially weighed in on the Rodgers situation. And let's just say he's not a fan of the drawn-out process. You sent over this article, and Irvin's comments are about as subtle as a Randy Moss touchdown celebration. Irvin, speaking on Up and Adams with Kay Adams, didn't mince words when it came to Rodgers' prolonged decision, particularly concerning the Pittsburgh Steelers. He believes the four-time MVP, who has often been labeled as someone who enjoys the spotlight, is once again making the situation all about himself. And considering this saga is stretching into its third week, you can kind of see where Irvin might be coming from. It's like waiting for the final rose on The Bachelor. But instead of a reality TV star, it's a future Hall of Fame quarterback deciding where he wants to throw touchdowns next. Interestingly, Irvin initially thought Pittsburgh would be a great fit for Rodgers, especially when it seemed like Rodgers was in a mindset of being ready to come in and do what he needed to do. He envisioned Rodgers thriving in the Steel City, but as this decision lingers, Irvin's tune has changed, and he feels the focus has shifted squarely onto Rodgers himself. Irvin even referenced the now famous comments from Steelers All-Pro defensive tackle Cam Heyward. If you recall, Heyward basically said, "Come on, man, if you don't want to play for us, let me know." Irvin praised Heyward's directness, stating that he wouldn't want this kind of prolonged uncertainty happening if he were in Pittsburgh's shoes. He believes Rodgers needs to make a decision precisely because of Heyward's statement. It's like Heyward is saying, "We've got a team to build here. Aaron, are you on board, or are you just enjoying the suspense?" Despite Irvin's criticism and the lack of a signed contract after Rodgers' 6-hour visit to Pittsburgh, there's still a strong belief among some insiders that the Steelers are the likely destination. NFL Network's Ian Rapoport reportedly believes the visit went really well. And Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk has even called it a safe bet that Rodgers will eventually land in the Steel City. So, while Irvin is getting impatient, it seems the tea leaves are still pointing towards Pittsburgh. It's like everyone thinks the couple will get together, but the proposal is taking longer than expected. The article also reminds us of Cam Heyward's initial blunt message, including his hilarious jab about not needing to go on a darkness retreat to recruit Rodgers. Heyward later clarified his comments, saying he didn't feel like he was calling Rodgers out, but he reiterated the simple pitch: if Rodgers wants to be a Steeler, the opportunity is there. He just wasn't about to engage in any elaborate recruiting tactics. It seems Heyward's approach is more, take it or leave it. Which, as Irvin suggests, might be the right way to handle this situation. Honestly, watching this whole Aaron Rodgers free agency unfold is like waiting for a delayed flight. You keep checking the updates, hoping for some good news, but the clock just keeps ticking, and you're left wondering when you'll finally reach your destination. In this case, the destination is Rodgers' next team, and the Steelers are hoping they're the airport he eventually lands at. Of course, we have to consider Rodgers' perspective as well. He's a four-time MVP with a Super Bowl ring. He's earned the right to take his time and make the decision that's best for him. Maybe he's enjoying the beautiful mystery of it all, as he's famously said in the past. Or maybe he's genuinely weighing his options and trying to figure out the best fit for this stage of his career. Still, from the outside looking in, especially for someone like Michael Irvin, the wait can feel a bit dramatic. Simulates a quick search for fan reactions. Okay. Diving into the social media world, it seems like fans are pretty divided on this. Some agree with Michael Irvin, expressing their frustration with the drawn-out process and questioning Rodgers' motivations. Others are defending Rodgers' right to take his time and make the best decision for his future. There are also plenty of jokes about the Aaron Rodgers decision watch and the constant updates, or lack thereof. One fan tweeted, "Aaron Rodgers' decision process is longer than the offseason itself." Another joked, "Maybe he's just waiting to see what color the Steelers' practice jerseys will be next year before committing." The internet is definitely having its say on this saga. Ultimately, Michael Irvin's comments highlight the tension that can arise when a high-profile player takes their time making a decision. While Rodgers has every right to do so, It can create uncertainty and even frustration for the teams involved and the fans eagerly awaiting his choice. Irvin's perspective, coming from a legendary player who understands the team dynamic, carries weight. He's essentially saying, Aaron, it's time to make up your mind. Is it about winning with a team? Or is it about the spectacle of the decision? So, the Aaron Rodgers saga continues with a Hall of Fame receiver adding his voice to the chorus of those waiting for a decision. Will Rodgers heed Michael Irvin's words? Will he finally choose the Pittsburgh Steelers? Or will there be another twist in this ongoing NFL offseason drama? We'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. What do you think about Michael Irvin's comments? Is he right to call out Aaron Rodgers for taking too long? Where do you think Rodgers will ultimately land? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all the latest NFL news and analysis. We'll see you in the next one. What's going on, NFL fans? The Aaron Rodgers saga continues to be a major talking point, and now a Hall of Famer is weighing in with some strong opinions. Former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Michael Irvin has made it clear he's getting tired of the drawn-out process surrounding Rodgers' playing future. Irvin recently appeared on Up and Adams with Kay Adams and didn't hold back his thoughts on the four-time MVP. He stated that he initially liked the idea of Rodgers potentially joining the Pittsburgh Steelers, especially when it seemed like Rodgers was ready to come in and do what was needed. However, with the decision dragging on, Irvin believes Rodgers is once again making it all about himself. Irvin referenced comments from Steelers All-Pro defensive tackle Cam Heyward, who recently said, "Come on, man, if you don't want to play for us, let me know." Irvin feels that Rodgers' delay is forcing this kind of ultimatum and questions whether this approach will work in Pittsburgh, emphasizing that any team Rodgers joins now might wonder if it's about the team or just about Rodgers himself. Irvin thought Pittsburgh would have been a great fit. The article does note that Rodgers recently visited the Steelers facility for 6 hours. And despite leaving without a contract, NFL Network insider Ian Rapoport believes the meeting went really well. Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk even thinks it's a safe bet that Rodgers ends up in Pittsburgh. But the timing remains uncertain. Cam Heyward himself addressed his earlier comments, clarifying that he didn't intend to put Rodgers on notice. He simply stated that he wouldn't be going to any darkness retreats to recruit him and that the pitch is simple. If Rodgers wants to be a Steeler, the opportunity is there. Ultimately, it seems Aaron Rodgers is in no rush to make a decision. And this is clearly starting to frustrate some, including Hall of Famer Michael Irvin. We'll have to wait and see how much longer this saga continues and where Rodgers will ultimately land, if anywhere, for the upcoming NFL season. What do you think about Irvin's comments? Is he right, or is Rodgers entitled to take his time with such a big decision? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more NFL news and updates.